Criss Angel, one of the most popular magicians around the world, can perform tricks like no one else. Most famous for his levitation tricks, he has achieved everything any magician could possibly dream of, as people find it almost impossible to figure out his tricks. So be it his famous coin through arm trick, or levitating a woman above the tip of a sword, hello and welcome back. And today we're gonna unlock the top secrets behind Criss Angel's greatest magic tricks of all time. So, let's get started. At number 5, coin through arm trick. This trick involves a coin, a knife, and Criss Angel's arm. To start off, Criss walks toward a group of spectators. He then asks a girl to take out a coin from her pocket and tells her to sign her name initials on it. He then takes that signed coin with her initials KA written over it and puts that coin in his mouth. And of course, he swallows that coin deep inside his stomach. Is that what you think? Even more so, he pulls up his sleeves and reveals a coin beneath his skin. Then he brings that coin traveling under his skin towards his wrist to shock everyone present. Finally, he takes out a knife, makes a cut in his skin, and goes on to reveal that girl's signed coin, which he had swallowed before. So, how did he do it? Well, here's the secret. There are actually 2 coins used for this trick, which you can make out by that girl's signature, which doesn't quite exactly match up. So the first coin signed by that girl was a gimmick coin, and the gimmick here is that the coin was an edible one, which Criss could easily swallow and eat. For you to find such a coin, just drop over to a magic shop and befriend that shop's owner. And of course, the girl in this trick must be a stooge, and that edible coin was already handed over to her before the trick. Coming to another coin, it was a metallic signed coin which Criss had already placed under his skin before the trick. Now, the question arises, how did he place that coin under his skin? For this part, he used a skin-colored material called latex, which is quite commonly used in Hollywood for makeup purposes. Also, if you observe carefully, the strap of his watch is quite large enough for a mechanical device to easily be fitted inside it. Now you must have got it. There's a thin wire set up under the latex applied, and the wire pulls that coin towards his wrist. Finally, to end the trick, he takes out a knife and cuts his skin to reveal the girl's signed coin. Here, the cutter used was a prop with a tiny tube filled with blood, which created this fearsome illusion.
Yes.
At number 4, building levitation. Criss Angel is quite famous for his levitation acts, and one such act is his famous building levitation, where he levitates from one building to another in presence of the spectators watching him from below on the ground. So, can you make out what's behind this trick? Well, before revealing the secret, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get instant notifications of our new video uploads. For those who are still trying to figure it out, here's the secret. When we watch this act on TV, it's quite an amazing experience. But there's a lot of preparation that went about staging this act. The setup here is hidden for the TV audience, which involves a man operating a crane, and it is this crane which carries Criss around those buildings using wires, thus creating the illusion of levitation. Criss is attached to the crane using very thin wires which are almost invisible, as it was also that time of the day where the bright sky and the correct camera angles made the wires seem almost invisible to the audience. Now you must think, how come the audience present there didn't notice the giant crane? You're right, they probably can see the crane. But the fact is that they are all paid actors and there aren't any real spectators around. All those amazed people were just executing their acting skills to perfection to make the levitation seem real. At number 3, magic mirror reflection. In this trick, Criss Angel gets hold of 2 unknown women and starts the magic experiment with them. He tells one of the women to think of something in their mind, and then tells them to draw that thing on a piece of paper given by Criss. When she starts to draw it on that paper, Criss turns his back to make sure he doesn't see anything. After finishing the drawing and folding the paper in quarters, he tells her to put the folded paper in between her hands. Now, making sure that everything is fair, and even confirming that they have never met before, Criss Angel starts the mind-reading process. He tells that woman to think of that drawing in her mind, and he also makes sure there's no device hidden in her ears that could help him to make the correct guess. Now what does Criss do? He reads her mind and makes the guess that the drawing is a living object, for example, a bird. As it turns out, it was indeed a bird.
Oh my god!
Now for the next part of the trick, he makes sure that there's nothing hidden in his sleeves and tells the woman to reflect that piece of paper with a bird drawn on it onto the mirror. He tells her slowly to bring that reflection exactly behind his palms, and the mirror magic happens. Criss captures that bird reflection into his palms and converts the drawing into a real, living bird. Amazing, isn't it? Well, there's gotta be something behind this trick. Let's reveal it. There's only one way that Criss Angel knows what the woman is drawing, simply because he told her what to draw just before the trick had started, and the woman was also in on this trick. Else, why wouldn't she draw a picture of an elephant and see if Criss can make an elephant or a dinosaur appear? Also, the statement of Criss that they've never met before was just a part of their acting, which they performed to perfection. Coming to the drawing, now you know he told her to draw a bird onto the paper. Or it could even happen that Criss had already drawn it and planned to make a bird appear. Otherwise, how could anybody draw the way the bird looked in less than 2 seconds? Assuming she had indeed drawn the bird in quick time, let's move to the key part of the trick. The mirror is a real one, and there's no one behind that mirror. So the only way that Criss could bring out that bird is by his quick sleight of hand and misdirecting the two women. If we slow down the video, you can see that he takes out the bird from his pocket. And all this while, he makes sure that the two women are concentrating on that piece of paper in the mirror and doesn't see his right hand. Meanwhile, Criss quickly passes his right hand along with the other hand in front of the mirror and pretends that he is magically bringing out a bird from inside the mirror. Finally, he reflects back a real bird from the magic mirror, thus amazing us all. At number 2, card outside a bus window. On the way to his hotel, Criss Angel decided to perform this amazing card trick on a moving bus. To start off, Criss goes towards a few girls and asks them their name, and then starts performing the trick with one of them. Confirming that they have never met before, he starts the magic. He tells the girl to pick a card from the deck of cards. After taking out a card, he tells her to sign on the face of that card. Now everyone knows that signed card. He then tells her to place that signed card back into the deck and tells her to shuffle the cards as many times as she likes. Just after a few shuffles, she gives the deck back to Criss, and one final time, he confirms with the girl whether that signed card is in the deck.
Okay.
Finally, he throws the deck of cards at the windshield of the bus. One card stuck onto the window, the others fell. Obviously, it was her signed card. Not only that, the card was stuck to the outside of the glass. Going out and confirming that it was indeed her signed card, the girl just couldn't believe her eyes.
That's awesome.
So, how did that card stick outside the bus window? Well, here's the secret. Firstly, if the card wasn't signed, it would have been easy to plant one outside the window ahead of time, or have an assistant with another deck on the other side of the window. But Criss had this girl sign the card, which meant that one particular card had to get outside. Also, it was a moving bus, so we can assume that the card must have been planted onto the roof of the bus before the bus had started, or was stopping the bus midway. Now, if we see the footage, there's no camera cut involved during the actual performance, except this small cut which you can see if we slow down the video. So we can assume that it was this camera cut, where the card was handed over to the assistant who planted it onto the roof of the bus. This means that everyone on the bus were in on this trick. Also, you can see how the card came down from the roof. There was a signed card up there, and the jerky camera motion was to prevent you from seeing someone's arm or some device putting that card there. For this reason, when they're outside, they never show the roof of the bus. In the end, the girl was amazed to see her signed card.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
So finally, the number 1 trick on our list, girl on a sword trick. Criss Angel asks the girl to be his volunteer for the sword trick, to which she agrees. He then makes her unconscious through his magical spell. Afterwards, few spectators lift her and place her back on top of 4 swords. Criss then takes away 3 of the 4 swords, and what do we see? The girl is in the air, balanced on just the 1 remaining sword. How is this possible? Well, you must have all guessed it by now. That 1 sword is where all the secret lies. If you see carefully, after all the 4 swords are placed upright, and when this girl is about to be placed on the swords, there is a change in camera angle at exactly this moment. And yes, the spectators are also in on this trick. Nah, not again. Now, during this camera change, a mechanism is placed beneath the girl which looks like this. Under the girl's clothes, there's a solid support and the sword that remains is fitted into that support. Now this support system goes through that sword into the table which is attached to the floor. So this whole mechanism forms a strong support system which holds the girl easily in the air. This creates the illusion as if the girl is indeed floating in the air. So guys, hope you got the secrets behind some of Criss Angel's greatest magic tricks. Is Criss Angel your favorite magician? And what topic would you like to see next? Do like and share this video with your friends on social media. For more such amazing things, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And finally, thanks for watching.